Hello, welcome to easyodds.com. My name is Ross Casey. I'm here with Mr. Horse Racing himself, Jake Johns, who's here to give his weekly roundup of horse racing. So let's take a look back first, Jake, and take a look back at how your week went and where your winners were from last week.
Well, we haven't done one of these for a while. So a couple of weeks ago, I was doing really well. So the flat card at Doncaster, I did really well. I had 16-1 winner, Mobstar. Came in, travelled into the race really nicely on the rail, and Sylvester Sousa gave it a brilliant ride. And then I had 20-1 place Birdman, who was on the wrong side. He was one of the horses to take out of the race in the Lincoln. He was on the wrong side and still managed to finish a good place.
Yeah.
I think I had another 16-1 winner on the first race of the day there as well. So it was all going so well. And then got to Aintree Festival. I only had one winner there, but it was in the Topham, 22-1 East Lake. Brilliant ride from Geraghty. You could tell he really wanted that after a torrid kind of couple of days. He didn't have a brilliant festival either. Got a bit of criticism for a couple of his rides at the festival, but that was a nice 22-1 win. Just a few other things to take out of Aintree. I mean, obviously, most of the big guns performed quite well. Other than Vautour was kind of lobbing along, but he fell at 1-5, which saved the bookies a little bit.
Absolutely.
But he looked like he was probably going to bolt up. But the other boys.
Pretty sure that he actually won the race.
Oh yes,
Joculus, right?
Yeah, he did.
After the fall, so
he did. And then Duvan was imperious. You can't fault him. He's unbelievable. He got strong pace, which he needs to, so he can show his best. Annie Power was brilliant again in the hurdle, in the 2 mile hurdle race. And Thistlecrack was unbelievable. Oh, Q-Card as well, obviously, was unbelievable as well. Both the Tizard horses. Thistlecrack was absolutely unbelievable. He still hasn't been taken off the bridle yet. He's just incredible horse. I don't know what they're going to do with him next year. Some people say that he should just keep winning everything over 3 miles, over hurdles, but I think they're going to go chasing campaign if he's good enough. And well, we don't know how good he is. He could be anything. We haven't seen him even break a sweat yet, so he could be anything. He was ridiculously good. And then it was the Grand National. I was ready. I was there. I was at Aintree.
You were, yeah.
I was at the track. I was excited. I was very excited for the Last Samurai. I made it my tip of the day. I thought the weather was perfect for him. Maybe it was I don't. I think the weather was. I think the ground was still pretty perfect for him. Travelled really well on the front end. Just came second. Just lost out to I think he actually lost out to a better ride. I mean, on a normal national year. David Bass, who rode him, you would have said that was a really good ride. He had him in a perfect position all the way throughout the whole race on the front end. But he got in a bit of a battle with Many Clouds. He got in a bit of a battle with Saint Air, which could have tied him a little bit, I think, over that marathon distance. But on the other hand, Rule the World was given a absolute peach by David Mullins, the young jockey from Ireland. He didn't even have his claim that day, but it was honestly a perfect ride. I rewatched it, and it was a perfect ride. Just in behind the leaders, timed his run to perfection at the finish. It was just an absolutely brilliant ride from David Mullins. Incredible. He's such a talent. And then he won on the last race as well on Ivan Grozny. Fantastic as well. Unbelievable. He's going to be I don't even know to say. He's going to be a star. He's going to be the next kind of Ruby Walsh type rider. The other horses I did in that, obviously Many Clouds, travelling really well on the front end. No excuses, don't understand what happened. I thought something maybe was up because he stopped so quickly. I think it's probably good because he got in a bit of a battle, like I said before, with the Last Samurai. But yeah, Morning Assembly was also, I thought, going around the last circuit, I thought I had a huge chance at the top 5. But Morning Assembly was kind of taken around the outside, which is a bit odd the whole time. In those conditions, over that distance, I don't know why Davey Russell was on board. I don't know why he did that. But he was going really well, 3 out. He was about 25-1, but he kind of just stopped dead as well. And St. L didn't like the ground. Simple as that.
Yeah, so that's the Grand National looked at.
That's the Grand National looked at.
Let's look ahead to next week.
Yep.
This weekend, sorry. Tomorrow, indeed. The Scottish National, the Highland version of the Grand National. So let's take a look at your picks at Ayr.
Yeah, well, Mouse Morris is going for 3 nationals in a row now. He's got the Irish National, he's got the Grand National. There's unbelievable training performances both of them. I haven't tipped his winning this, but I'm not sure about his chance. To be honest, I don't think he's. I think he's much better at Fairy House. I think is a specialist, and he came fourth in the Irish Grand National. But I'll be going elsewhere. I really like the look of A Good Skin, trained by Tom George. He's only a 7-year-old, which is really young to run a distance like this, but he's been crying out for this distance all year. He's really well handicapped. He doesn't jump brilliantly, but he jumps well enough. He ran a huge race behind Chords of Causes at Cheltenham. He's got his ground here. I think I don't know. He's by presenting, which usually means they like better ground, but he's performed quite well on soft. He's performed really well on soft ground. Like maybe his best form is on soft ground. So, and I really think he'll like this distance. And Tom George is absolutely flying. I think he's got about almost 50% strike rate at the moment.
I can see on your notes there that he's at 20s, which is not a bad price.
20s, yeah, 20 to 1 as well. Unbelievable price. Next horse I like is See You at Midnight, who's going to absolutely adore the ground if it rains today, which I think it is going to, and I think it might rain tonight as well. He's the class horse I picked in here. He's around 14 to 1 at the moment. He's got form on soft over 3 miles, on soft or heavier, or first, second, first. He's looked a better chaser than a hurdler. He beat Black Lion, the eventual RSA winner, at Cheltenham a few months back when it was on soft going. He didn't have his ground at Cheltenham at all. That's why he didn't perform. Okay. But as long as if it comes up good to soft or something, he probably has less of a chance. But if it comes up soft or anything heavier than soft, then he has a huge chance. I think he'll stay as well. He's got quite an interesting jockey choice. Claimer Stephen Fox, who's £4, brings him down to a little bit more workable mark because he's quite high up there in the weights. One more, I've got 2 more actually. Another one is Golden Chieftain, trained by Colin Tizard. Would have won the Midlands National last time in an absolutely crazy race where the leader went off like an insane, absolutely miles clear. It was probably 2 or 3 furlongs clear than everyone else. So it was a crazy race, really soft conditions, but he would have won. He was on the front end. He was probably 7 lengths clear at the last when he fell. It was actually the same in the race before, so he would have been 3 from 3, including Midlands Grand National. He's been put up a bit of weight for that run, even though he fell, but not enough to, I think he probably would have won that by about 10 lengths, and he's on the upgrade. His jumping's obviously a problem, but if he does get round, he's got a huge chance, and he's about 20 to 1 as well. Okay. And my final pick, the old boy, Pinot de Ray, 13 years old. He won me the Grand National in 2014. Dr. Richard Newland is another yard that are absolutely flying. He's got about 66% strike rate, I think. I think he's 5 from 8, which is insane. He goes through a bit of stages, actually. He goes through really good stages sometimes, Dr. Richard Newland, and this is one of them. He's got another one in the race as well. But Pinot de Ray is my pick. He's £7 lower than when he won the Grand National. He acts on the ground. He seemed to be back to himself a little bit this year. He's already won over hurdles at Carlisle. Yep. He was really good last time at Doncaster until about 3 out, where he just kind of got a bit tired. He was primed for the Grand National because I think they thought he was going to get in, which everyone did. But he's going to be absolutely raring to go for this. Oh no, he's £6 lower than Grand National. Sorry. But anyway, he's going to be raring to go for this. I think he's got a bit of a chance. Obviously, he's a 13-year-old now, but overall he's a pretty good jumper, and I think 25 to 1. Each way, 13-year-old, not too bad. Really good price. So do you want to quickly run through those picks for the listeners? Yeah, okay. A Good Skin, each way 20 to 1. See You at Midnight, each way 14 to 1. Golden Chieftain, each way 20 to 1. And Pinot de Ray, each way 25 to 1. Excellent stuff. That's the picks for this weekend's Scottish Grand National. And now it's time for the fun bit. It's time to plug ourselves. So make sure that you go to the Easy Odds site to read all of Jake's tips, not just in the Scottish National, but he's got a few tips from Ayr for Saturday. And make sure, of course, that you keep an eye on the horse alert section of the site, because if any kind of horse takes your fancy at Ayr, then you can pop them into your stable, comment on why you have that horse in your stable, and every single time that horse runs in the future, we will send you an email the morning that it's due to run, and then you can make sure that you don't miss out on the payday. And of course, we've got the app out soon for Royal Ascot, which is going to be coming out in the coming months. That we're really excited about. We were really happy with how the Cheltenham Festival app went. Seemed to get quite a few downloads, so hopefully you listeners will be interested to know that we're having a Royal Ascot app with tips from this guy, best odds from our odds comparison service, and offers from our affiliates too. So that's been Jake Johns doing his horse racing review, and best of luck in betting on the Grand National in Scotland. I've been Ross Casey, and this is Jake Johns.